Hey ho, guys and gals, and hello, my friends. This is your host, Joe, Life with Josef, and I'm going to do a story time today. Probably one of a few. I'm feeling fairly good today. This is an ad for Jordache jeans from Miller's Outpost. Now, Miller's Outpost back in the day used to be a clothing chain. They sold Levi's and jeans and such. And well, look in the back of the in the background. There's a Ms. Pac-Man game. Now I'm going to talk about Ms. Pac-Man. There was a time where, hey, there was a time where I was fairly close with the Dish's brother, and he was my boss at the paper on the weekends. He ran the show, and so I was in the first wave in the what we'd call it the Mercury. I was in the first edition, so I would get my stuff early. I was like the second or third truck out. So I'd go and I'd drop my drop, and it was in the Washington Manor of San Leandro where my parents still lived. And hell, I lived there for a while too. So when everybody got out, my brother-in-law, he wasn't yet, but Bob and I used to go down to the 7-Eleven and we'd play Ms. Pac-Man. Now they are open 24 hours, but in California, you're not legally allowed to buy alcohol between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. So we're there playing Ms. Pac-Man, and it's at Jackson and Santa Clara and Harder. It's on the Santa Clara side, and so we're playing. God, it must be 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and these guys running. These young guys, you know what's happening when they pull up sideways, not in a spot, but sideways, and they run in and they start taking beer out. Well, by the time Bob and I realize this, they're bolting out the door, so we're running out the door because I'm stupid. Oh, I'd never do that now. Hell no. But I'll come back to this. So we run out the door, and now the clerks are. The clerk knows us. We're in there every Saturday, certainly, and he's on the phone with Hayward, and so I run out. I used to be able to run like a gazelle. I could run, so I'm chasing this guy. Now his buddies in the car, they started to pull away without him. And he's screaming at them, "Don't leave me behind!" And I'm screaming, "Just put the beer down, and we'll let you go." So he sets the beer down, he runs, he jumps in the car, and he drives away. I mean, now I'm 65 years old. I'm not going to get involved in anything like that. But we knew the guy, and it's like, we can't just let this happen. Now, when I was at the Mercury and I was at doing the Wall Street Journal, which was really a prime run, I liked that job. I had weekends off. There were a lot of unhappy people at the Mercury when that job went up for bid, and you had to have an A license, and I was the highest guy on the bid sheet, which means you sign up by seniority. And there were a couple of people that were really, really unhappy that they were not able to get a Class A anymore, and they didn't get weekends off, and I did. So, one of you, and you know who you are from West Side, yeah, you could fuck yourself. So anyway, the Wall Street was still being printed in Palo Alto, so we go, and it was Friday, and I was there earlier because they had an earlier run on Friday for us. They also did some contract printing as well. So I get my product, and there's a 7-Eleven on the way to the freeway. It's in Mountain View, and I was able to go in the back, and I can park at the bobtail, and I can walk around to the front, and I can buy stuff. And I was in there often, almost every damn day, I guess. Well, I'm addressing myself, and these two guys walking, younger guys. I'm in my 40s by now, and they put two of the 40 ounces down their pants. Now the clerk is not going to get involved because nowadays the store owners don't want to have to pay a workers' comp claim for trying to stop a theft of $10 a beer, and they're going to get a $4,000 workers' comp claim when the guy takes a beating. But I stood right there and I just said no. I blocked the aisle. I said no. Put it back. Put it back now. And I'm 6.5. I'm 6'5", and these guys were 5'7". Now, and there were two of them. I just said, put it back now. And they looked at me, and I looked at them, and they put the stuff up, and I said, now you need to leave. So when I went up to the counter to pay for my stuff, the guy gave me the soda, and he said, dude, thanks. We just are not allowed to stop him. So it's not like I'm a hero or anything, but Christ, dudes, don't be stealing. Now, nowadays, dude, I ain't getting involved with nothing. I'm not getting involved because, if you're going to steal from Walmart, I'm sorry, but I'm just not going to get involved. So, that's this story about Ms. Pac-Man and chasing down beer thieves. So this is, as always, your host, Joe, Life with Josef. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you. May Freya show you favor on the hunt through our fields so soft and green now and in the afterlife.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And we'll see you for the next one.